Welcome to Jared Bush's segment of Dads Helping Dads. My name is Jared Bush, number 24 of the Packers, former defensive back, number 24, number one in your hearts. Again, I just wanted to start this series of the Christmas holiday series segment of it. Just wanted to kind of dive right into certain things of just being a fatherhood. I'm a father of 4 and 6-year-old daughters. It definitely, made my heart heavy on just understanding that process of transitioning into a single parent. Getting back to the basics was one of the biggest things that I had to kind of get back into the flow of things, of understanding how to stay focused in what I wanted to accomplish was just being a good father. Getting back to the basics of like who I am, my hobbies, getting back to like what I was doing on a normal regiment, finding clarity in what I wanted to do for my girls, for extracurricular activities, for the school, spiritually, understanding like leaning on God, showing them who God was, and having a relationship, building that relationship with them. Number 2, gain perspective of what the situation is. Understand that when you're in the court system, understand that you pick and choose your battles in that sense, and understand that you got to work with your attorney to get what you want. Ultimately, you got to find happiness between you and your daughters, and as well as your former spouse, and understand and be able to compromise on what she wants, and as well as like what's best for the kids. Understand that things aren't fair, but understand like, hey man, you made this choice. You made this choice that for a reason. Either she made that choice or you made that choice, and so now you have to live with it. Understand that you have to live with some of the decisions that you've made, and understand like, hey, how can I in your mind, how can I better the chances, or how can I best live with some of the decisions that I made, and understanding that, hey, this is my life. Let's make the best of it. Hey, let's work together. Let's work together on this to try to give the girls the best education. Let's work together to see if we can do these extracurricular activities. Let's work together. Understand that sometimes that's not going to happen. But at the same time, you got to take care of yourself. Understand that you got to take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time, because everything is not just going to unfold just how you want it. And so understanding that you just need to sometimes take a step back, understand what you want for your girls, and go for it. And don't take no for an answer. I think sometimes in the court, sometimes they can skew the process in the sense and kind of muddy the waters of sense of like what's really what, and what's really accurate, and what's wishy-washy. At the same time, understand that this is a very uplifting moment. As a single parent, you get to find clarity. You get to find focus on your kids. You get to pull one direction, understanding that, hey, I'm the leader now in this household. Everything that I do, I get to control in the sense of like the betterment of my kids. I think another aspect is this: evaluate your priorities. Rolling into that, evaluating your priorities is huge. Understanding like, where do you, like for me is God, family, school, and everything else, football, tennis, whatever you want to call it. Everything else kind of falls into place. But if you don't, find your own priorities. Those are my priorities. But I just know that if you don't have God number one, I think it's going to be hard for you to kind of reprioritize, or just kind of have everything have a trickle-down effect. I think definitely that it's been helpful for me in understanding that there's a lot of sweat and toil and tears, because, just like, a pitcher pitching all 9 innings, and you continue to go into extra innings, that you're pretty tired, you're pretty exhausted, and there's no relief pitcher coming in. So what do you do to rely on yourself, or what do you do when you're exhausted and you still have the ball in your hand in the 9th or 10th inning, and there is no relief pitcher? And I think definitely feel that, man, you definitely have to take care of yourself, understanding like eating right, getting sacrificing for sleep, because again, there's nobody to come relieve you. And so when you look at it like that, sometimes it can be daunting, those responsibilities, and you have to kind of look down deep in yourself and understand that, hey man, I can do this, and nobody's going to stop me from doing it. So I think it's very uplifting. It's definitely very challenging, but I know that you guys can do it, man. You guys can do it. I believe in you guys. I love you guys, man. I'm just here to just kind of spread the word, man. Just inspire you guys as single fathers, man, or just even fathers. If you're just looking for some tidbits or just looking for inspiration, man, it's been hard balancing the wife, balancing the kids, balancing your work, balancing all types of things. Whether it be friendships, relationships, whether it could be just with in-laws, it could be like something else that, that's totally that I'm not hitting. But understanding that, hey man, just give it to God, man. Give it to God, and understand that one of these days you're gonna find perspective, you're gonna find the wisdom, and it's gonna just click. It's gonna click at one instance, and you're like, man, I'm so glad I didn't stop doing it. Man, I'm so glad I didn't just quit. Because it takes time, man. Even though if you don't see that progress, man, just keep going. Keep striving towards that goal. Keep striving towards getting your kids a better education. Keep striving to be a better father. Keep striving to be a better husband. Because those things definitely pay off. And people do see the effort, man. They do see the effort. But you have to show the effort first. You have to show it. You have to be willing to go through it, fall flat on your face, understand that, hey, man, I failed. But, hey, man, you got to get back up and keep going, all right? Another thing I want to talk about is replacing guilt with grace. I feel like a lot of times we have a lot of guilt on our hearts because we feel guilty because we put our kids in a bad situation. We feel guilty for ourselves and making a decision that was maybe somewhat selfish of separating from the spouse. I think definitely you can have that guilt and it can eat you alive. I think you definitely got to give it to God, man. In my opinion, which has helped me in my process, and to replace it with God's grace, man, because it is graceful, man, and it is real. It is real if you allow it to happen. And I'm just here to kind of share my experiences because I love you guys, man. I experienced it myself, and I just want to share that words, man. I'm a single father, going on 2.5 years, going on 3 years now. It hasn't been easy, but. With God's grace, man, with God's energy, with God's love, man, ultimately, like, waking me up every day and giving me that breath of life, man, it definitely gave me a spirit that you cannot break. And to allow myself to be the better father, it definitely allowed me to stretch my wings. It allowed me to express myself in different ways. And as, roll into that, the next topic is be good and angry. I think sometimes as men, I feel like we can be angry. It's okay, you know what? And I think it's okay to be angry because I feel like it's our expression. God gets angry. He shows emotion. He shows emotion in so many times. He even cries, right? So why is it that as men that we're so afraid to express our emotions? Why do we feel like we have to clam up because we have to be strong? We have to be this rock. And I'm guilty of that too. I'm very guilty of that. But hey, it's just like someone told me. I feel like if you were to take anger and you continue to blow it in the balloon, and you keep blowing that hot air. And that anger, right? At some point, that anger is going to snap back at you, right? And that balloon's going to explode, boom, right? Because it's just an unhealthy place. It's an unhealthy place to be. You do some really dumb things. You do some really uncharacteristic things that can maybe sometimes backfire you. I feel like I think that spreads a huge example of just like what anger can do spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Trust me, I've done it. Not gonna lie, I've been angry myself, and it definitely wasn't something good that came out of it. I mean, just staying calm, being slow to anger, one of the Bible scriptures that I firmly believe definitely helps you to kind of have a soothing effect on people. But at the same time, just knowing how to express your anger in healthy ways. It's okay to be angry, man. It's okay. But just understanding how do you express those things in an angry way? How do you express yourself, how do you express yourself when you're angry in a healthy way? Understanding like, hey, maybe I need to take a step back. Maybe I need to blow some steam, take a walk. Maybe I need to jump rope. Maybe I need to work out, take it on the weights. Where I need to go run. You find an outlet until you calm down and understand that, hey, these are some of the feelings that I'm feeling. Now I can finally, approach it because I've lowered myself to a temperament where I can explain my feelings and why I was angry. I think that's huge. And if you could do that, man, I think you're gaining ground, and it's gonna take you a long way. Last topic, or second to last topic, is like when you get stuck, man, get help. Get help, man, if you get stuck. If you don't know how to clean, man, if you don't know how to wash the dishes, find a maid. Get a maid, find a friend. Pay him, man. He's gonna take you a long way. I think that was one of the biggest things for me. I felt like a father. I felt like I could do it all. I'm Superman. Superman. I feel like I can do it all. But at the same time, I felt like I was struggling because I was telling myself I could do it. But when somebody walked into the home, they were like, dude, like, what's going on? Well, in my mind, I just haven't got to it yet. But in their mind, they were like, why is your place clean, dude? And so I was like, okay. And especially my lady, my girlfriend, Mary, she definitely put me on some babysitters and some some maids at the same time, just to help me, just understanding like, hey man, he just needs some help, man. Like he's got everything going for him. He just needs some direction, some guidance, and just to help him pick up the pieces. And so I'm so thankful for her, man. I'm so grateful for her, man. Just her patience, and she's such a blessing. I can't tell you enough, man, that she's the most wonderful thing that's ever happened to me, man. I just want to like put her out there, Miss Mary Thomas. Thank you. Mwah, I love you, hon. You're the most beautiful woman in the world to me, and I thank you for helping me, pick up my pieces, man, and just understand like where I was at in life, and understand just being patient with me, man. I think that was one of the best things that ever happened to me besides my kids, man. I can't tell you enough. And understand just being so supportive and being encouraging through some of the hard times. I know you're going through some tough times, huh, babe? But I'm here. I'm there with you every step of the way. And like I said, I love you from to the ends of the earth. And nothing will ever change that, hon. I love you. And so getting back to it, love you, hon. Mwah. And then just getting perspectives on disasters and mistakes. Just understand that, hey, man, just keeping that optimistic approach, understanding that, whether or not you make a mistake or you succeed, just understand that if you make a mistake, just learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes and understand that, hey, there is a silver lining. There is something good, positive that can come out of it. And I think you'll definitely come up on top no matter what. As long as you're able to find that silver lining, no matter what, man, just find a way to win. Find a way to win. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna go wrong. But if you can find some of the things that went right, I think you can take that along the way and take that momentum and keep progressing. And I think that's huge as a single parent, man. Again, I love you guys, man. Blessings. I'm out of here. Jared Bush, number 24 on this Christmas segment. Dads helping dads. I'm out. Peace.